In this video, we are going to see the auxiliary verb have. The auxiliary verb have, for many students, is very difficult for them. But if you follow my instructions, it will be very easy. Let's start. Perfect tenses. Perfect tenses is like when we say in Spanish, tiempos perfectos. Okay? In Spanish, we have 4 tenses. According to Andres Bello, it's a good person about grammar in Spanish. Presente perfecto. We call it antepresente in Spanish. In English, it's very easy. We are going to use only have for the subjects I, we, you, and they, plus the past participle. Okay? Example, I have spoken English. Yo he hablado inglés. You have studied English. Tú has estudiado inglés. With a third person singular, we use has. Tercera persona del singular, usamos has. He has spoken English. He has spoken English. Él ha hablado inglés. He has studied English. Él ha estudiado inglés. She has understood. Ella ha entendido. And it has worked. Ha trabajado. We are going to use it for things, para cosas, ideas, ideas, etc. So, have or has, plus the past participle, we are going to have the present perfect tense. Or, if we call it the antepresente in Spanish. You have to remember that the antepresente in Spanish is yo he, con H, tú has, con H, nosotros hemos, ustedes han, y ellos han. In English, I have, you have, he has, she has, it has, we have, you have, and they have. Plus the past participle of the main verb. Okay? Now, let's continue with this tip for you. If I'm going to have the negative, instead of have, I'm going to use haven't. Haven't for the negative. Or have not. Have not. Haven't or have not. Haven't with an A here. Hasn't. Hasn't is the other one for the third person singular. Hasn't or has not. Okay? So, this is the negative. You use haven't or hasn't between the subject and the past participle of the main verb, and you have the negative in present perfect tense. So, let's talk about how we are going to make questions. If you want to make a question, this is very simple. You have to invert the auxiliary, which is have, and you are going to put it here. Example, have I spoken English? He hablado inglés. Has he studied English? Has, here. Has he studied English? Ha estudiado inglés. Okay? So, let's continue with the had plus past participle combination. Had plus past participle is for the past perfect. This is for the past perfect. Past perfect. This is for the past perfect. Okay? Past perfect in English. The past perfect in Spanish, we can have two translations. In Spanish, it's like, oh my God, this is very difficult, but not so difficult for me, I think. Antepretérito and antecopretérito. Let's have the antecopretérito, which is the one that we use. Había, con H y con B grande. Había, y llevas en la I. Había hecho una acción. ¿Ok? Había. I had finished doing my homework, bla, bla, bla. Había terminado de hacer mi tarea. Había. Okay? The other equivalence from English past perfect to Spanish is antepretérito. Well, it doesn't have too much use because antepretérito in Spanish is like I say, yo hube hecho una acción. But I think nobody uses, or less people uses this combination in Spanish. So let's keep it only the había translation, which I think is best in use. Okay, so now let's continue with the same strategy. Okay, continuemos con la misma estrategia. The negative of had is, follow me please, sígame, hadn't. The negative of had is hadn't or had not. Okay? Hadn't or had not. If we want to make a question, we have to invert. Okay? For example, had I finished doing my homework? Had you finished doing your homework? Had he finished doing your homework? Etc. Okay? Now, let's continue with the other combination. The other combination is will have plus past participle. Okay? Will have plus past participle is used for the future perfect. For the future perfect. Okay? And how can we translate it in Spanish? How can we translate it in Spanish? It's very simple. we can use the word habré. I will have. Habrás. You will have. Habrá. He will have. Okay? With the stress in the A, in the A in English, in the A in Spanish. Okay? So, will have plus past participle. Well, here we have two auxiliaries, will and have. You have to pay attention in this explanation that I'm going to give you. This is a wonderful tip. When there are two auxiliaries in a sentence, only the first auxiliary is the one that is going to be used for sentences like negative sentences, for questions, etc. Because the main verb, the main auxiliary, is the one that we are going to use in sentences. Not the other one. The number two, no. The number two is only the auxiliary for supporting. Supporting means ayudando. Supporting the sentence. Example. I will have finished my house by December 2014. Okay? I will have. Yo habré terminado. Okay? If I want to make it negative, I have to use will, not have. Or I can use the contraction, won't, which is W-O-N apostrophe T. Okay? Won't. I won't have finished my house by December. If I want to make a question, I have to put the will here. I have to invert it. Will, and then I. Will I have finished my house by December 2014? Okay? Will I have? Or will you have learned English by next year? ¿Habrás aprendido inglés para el próximo año? Okay? So now, let's continue with the next structure. Okay? The next structure is using would have plus past participle. Would have plus past participle. Okay? Would have plus past participle is used for conditional perfect tense. Conditional. Okay? We call conditional perfect tense in Spanish is ante, pre, post pretérito. Okay? Conditional perfect tense is like ante, post pretérito en español, in Spanish. So, yo habría, I would have. Tú habrías, you would have. Él habría, he would have. Or he would have. Okay? Example. I would have done it. Lo habría hecho. I would have gone to Mexico City. Habría ido a la Ciudad de México. I would have spoken English. Habría hablado inglés. I would have watched television. Okay? I would have is a contraction of I would have. In spoken English, it is better to use I would have than I would have. The negative of this structure is using wouldn't plus have. I wouldn't have. You wouldn't have. He wouldn't have, etc. For the questions, we very would you have finished? Would I have finished? Okay? It is important to use would plus subject plus have plus the past participle. So, you got to pay attention to all these tips that I gave you today in this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and God bless you, and cheer up. English is easy. You can learn English, but you need to study a lot. Thank you for watching me in this video. Bye-bye.